This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Tuesday. Welcome inside the Off the Wall Mancave. It is another almost award-winning edition of the Jason Walker Show. And a big one today. We'll talk to Guy Almquist as we get ready for state basketball tournaments. We'll run through state basketball brackets coming up. And also, we've got some Frontier Awards. And is it okay to say, I told you so? That's coming up a little bit later on in the show. Oh, man. You can watch us on Facebook, I think. We'll talk more about that in a second. X, Rumble, Truth Social. We're also YouTube, Podbean, Network One Sports, SoundCloud, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeart Podcast. We're all over. JasonWalkerShow.com, JasonWalkerMedia.com. You also find Continental Divide Radio on both of those. Continental Divide Radio, the home of the music of your memories. And man, this morning show is fun. Getting to do that every morning. It is kicking some tail. Mark Allen, 1 to 5 every day on Continental Divide Radio. A legendary voice of the Gallatin Valley. And it's great to have him and hear him back doing a show. It's fantastic, man. It's chef's kiss, I guess. And we'll be adding more shows. So absolutely love that. Jason Walker Show this week, today and tomorrow. Not sure about Thursday and Friday. It's going to depend on setup. It's going to depend on scheduling. But we will be doing on Continental Divide Radio throughout the day tournament updates from across the state for both Billings, Butte, Missoula, and Great Falls. I guess that's more than both. That's all of 4 of those for the AA, the A, the B, and the C. So not sure about this actual show, but there will be updates all day long on Continental Divide Radio. And that's going to be really cool. So make sure you have the app for Continental Divide Radio and download it at the Apple Store. You can also get it at Odyssey, the Audacy, I think is how you spell. So very, very exciting. Very good stuff. New addition to the Off the Wall Man Cave. And it's right off my left shoulder. My daughter brought it to me yesterday after school. It is a calendar of March. She did the rainbow herself. Let me see. Do I need to move? I think so. Here, I'll just move the mic. So she did the rainbow herself. You got the March. Her handwriting for almost 6 is getting really, really good. I love it. I write like a doctor. Just a little, my signature. I write like a doctor. And I think that has to come from my days in radio where nobody saw my writing. And even television where nobody saw my writing, they just saw my typing on the closed captioning. So anyway. Oh, man. What a great weekend. Divisionals. We had some challenge games last night. The final 3 challenge games to get to state. And we can tell you that, where's it at? Here it is. The Southern C boys. What a game this would have been to be at. Melstone over Jordan, 42-39 in overtime. Nolan Cameraman had 20. Bronx were down 9 points in the first half and came back to beat Jordan in OT. They will get now to play at State in Great Falls starting Thursday. The Class B girls challenge game. Chinook rolled over Poplar 62-39. Haley Niebauer had 36 for the Sugar Beaters, who were 22-2. And having to play in a challenge game. That's what I love about basketball in the state of Montana, man. And at the Southern Sea Challenge game, Roberts, no problem with Huster Keisham, 74-41. The Rockets are also 23-2. Jumped out to a 12-point lead after one, led by 24 at the half. The only two losses for Roberts this year, Melstone, Twin Bridges, both are headed to State in Great Falls this week. So now you've got three really good basketball. Well, you've got 8 good basketball teams up there, let's be honest. But Roberts punching its ticket. Taylee, is it Chirrick? We'll know how to pronounce her name soon. She'll play for the Bobcats if we don't already know how. Man, you talk about the weekend she had up at divisionals. Holy crap. Can I say that? I am. I mean, holy cow. Was it districts? She put up 44, I think, a week or two ago. Well, at divisionals over the weekend, I know she played great Thursday, Friday. One of those was a loss, right? Because they had to play in loser out, get back, challenge game. But so let's see if we can go back and find out what she did on Friday. By the way, Billings West boys look real good. We'll talk about them in a second, but they beat Bozeman. Bozeman's only loss of the year. Why can't I read? Okay, so they did not play on Friday. There was a double overtime game in the semis, Custer Hysham. Man, that would have been a fun one. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hold on. Roberts lost in the semis to Melstone. Taylee Chirrick had 26, 7 steals, 12 rebounds in that loss. Okay. So then that was Friday. On Thursday, in the quarterfinals, it's in here somewhere. Or did they not play Thursday? They played Wednesday? Oh, God. Okay. It's called show prep. I did it, I promise, until I really got excited about this girl from Roberts. Okay. She had 44 on Thursday against Weibo in a win. I mean, she outscored Weibo by herself. She also had 19 rebounds and 8 steals. So that was Thursday. Semifinals, she loses, and she has whatever we said, 35. So then on Saturday, she's got to play 2 games. Okay? So 35 points in the morning loser out game. Almost outscored Pleniku by herself. 35 points in that one. In a 78-36 win. And then they had to go back to win third to force the challenge game. And beat Broadus 79-54. This is Taylee put up 58 points. 6 steals, 14 rebounds, and hit 5 out of 14 from 3. So she put up 93 in one day. And then had 44 in another 35. She had herself almost like a 150-point weekend. Over 150-point week. By the way, she's our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. There's no doubt about that. I mean, how do you not? Holy cow. And there was some great performances across the board, boys and girls at divisionals. NAI wrestling, NAI hoops. We'll talk more Frontier in a second. But Taylee Chirrick, what an amazing... Whew. And to think she almost didn't make it to state because her team lost to Millstone. They have 2 losses, Millstone, Twin Bridges. They'll get a chance to avenge maybe both of those starting at the state tournament this weekend. All right, so speaking of state, here's your officials that will be at the state basketball tournament. Now remember, I want you, when you go to a state tournament this week or you're watching at home, these officials are voted on by coaches, okay? They're selected by the MHSA member schools. And they deserve your... We have such a shortage of officials in this state and really nationwide. And I'm really surprised it hasn't happened in Montana more. It has happened, but not as much as you'd think. We don't want cancellations. We don't want postponements because there's an official shortage because parents and students, but parents especially, treat these officials like absolute dog ass. These officials earn and deserve your respect at these state tournaments. And if you work a state tournament, it's pretty darn good high honor. So here's your officials for the AA. Boys, and they're all fantastic. Chris Anderson, James Booth, Tom Dwyer, Scott Holland, Rob Tesh, and Craig Thompson. The girls, Grady Bennett, Kevin Flato, Gretchen Fowle, Jay Lemelin, who just won a national award, Don Salisbury, and Kevin Sullivan. Man, that's a heck of a list. Wow. Class A, down in Butte, your officials, Scott Buckington, Scott Cruz, Craig Sear, Brian Porch, Patch Wurtzberger, Clayton Zerby will do boys. Girls, Yonkar Arseniega, Ray Bumgarner, Barry Cronk, Jeff Hibbert, Larry Schmidt, Josh Stickel. The B's, boys, Terry Brocky, Corey Elkin, Clinton Eves, Logan Grant, Scott Welch, Brad Weston. Class B girls, Pat Alden, Brock Koppenhaver, Keith Denton, Max Jacobson, Joe McElmurray, and Taylor Ratliff. And the C boys, Pat Armstrong, Tyson Atkinson, Vinny Castro, Jeff Kent, Tim Polk, Lonnie Schweigert. And the Class C girls, Tyler Bowen, Nate Creek, William Sterling, Austin Stradley, Tony Vigliotti, and Seth Wilden. Okay, so those are your officials. Treat them with kindness, treat them with respect, and everything will go smooth. They don't hate your team. They don't want your team to lose, okay? They just want to have a good basketball game. Not every call is going to go your way. They're human. Not every call is a foul. Okay? Not every call is a travel. There's not going to be a foul on every play. There's not going to be a travel. Not everything's a double dribble in your mind. Okay? There's no such thing as a reaching foul. Remember that? It does not exist in the officiating rule book. A reach does not exist. There's also no such thing as over the back. Literally not in the rule book. There is no official foul for over the back or reaching. Okay? So when you're sitting in the stands this week, do everybody a favor so that you don't sound like a complete dumbass. Don't be hollering that from the stands. Don't be watching a play going, oh, it's reaching. Oh, it's over the back. He's over the back, ref. It's not. Those aren't fouls. Okay? It's called a hold or a push. Real simple, right? You'd think people would know this by now, but anyway, enough of that soapbox. Congratulations to those officials. And I've had the honor and the pleasure of getting to know bunch of these officials across the state from calling tournaments since 1998. A lot of them do high school. A lot of them do college. These people have real jobs, folks, too. I mean, they're not, these are real jobs that people have. And then officiating is something because they love to give back to the game. They go to clinics all the time, hundreds of hours of schooling and learning every year for your kid. So remember that. All right, here's your AA. The boys will be at Missoula, Dahlberg Arena, along with the AA girls. First round matchups. It'll start with Gallatin taking on Butte, Hellgate CMR. The nightcaps will have Sentinel and Bozeman, West and Capital. We'll talk to Guy Almquist about Capital West coming up. The AA girls will start early, 9 a.m. Thursday. Big Sky takes on West. Unbeaten Skyview gets Glacier. Gallatin gets Sentinel. And Hellgate will battle CMR. Those are the AA brackets. And we'll run through these again tomorrow. Or you can go to 406mtsports.com. Lindsay Rossmiller does an unbelievable job putting all this together and updating it. Class A boys start at 9 a.m. at the Butte Civic Center. Thursday with Butte Central, Glendive. Lewistown, Columbia Falls. So the defending champs are back. The champs from 2 years ago, Butte Central back. Let's see here. And then Billings Central will take on Dillon, the runners-up from a year ago. And Hamilton, who I've seen in person, along with Haber, who I've seen in person. That's going to be that's a first-round game that's going to be fantastic to watch, Hamilton-Haber. Okay, girls, I will be on the call, NFHS broadcast for the girls, for girls State A. And noon, Frenchtown takes on Billings Central to kick things off. Haver Browning. Oh, you talk about a hell of a matchup in the opening round. And Haver's going for, 4 straight? Browning, man. I told you I want that jersey from 2 years ago, the road jersey, number 10. And then the night games will have Miles City, looking for its first state tournament since, 2007, I believe, against Dillon. And then Big Fork against Lockwood. Big Fork won it all in Class B, moved up to Class A this year. And I'm not making any predictions, but don't be surprised to see Haver Big Fork on Saturday night in that championship. But there's a lot of games and a lot of fun between Thursday and Saturday. And Lockwood, up and coming. I mean, just a few years, varsity level, already at their first state tournament. And there is some new blood. There is a Frenchtown. There is Miles City. And first time in Class A for Big Forks and Lockwood. So this will be fun. This will be a fun tournament on the Class A girls. Really looking forward to calling it. Oh, by the way, the coach, the head of the Butte Mafia, and I say that with the utmost respect, Coach John Thatcher is going to be on the call with me all the games at the state tournament. I love Coach Thatcher. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to call games with him. I've never called a game with him. It's going to be fun. Red Lodge and Anaconda start the boys tournament for Class B at the Metro Park in Billings. And then Fairview takes on Arlee. Arlee, man, really, really good. Nonstop, up and down. Loyola takes on Manhattan. That's a heck of a football game on the basketball court. And then Lodgegrass Poplar. Oh, wow, I'd love to be in Billings for that one. Thursday night, 8 o'clock, Lodgegrass Poplar. Ooh. Class B girls, also at Metro Park. You got Huntley Project and Loyola, another good football matchup. And volleyball, too. Malta, Florence Carlton. Good one. Anaconda, Ennis. I like that one. And then Baker and Chinook. The Sugar Beaters getting through with last night's challenge game win. Class C boys up at Great Falls. This is the tournament. I'm really excited to be calling Class A for the 4th consecutive year, but this is the tournament I wanted. Class C at Great Falls. I mean, any one of these schools, you could go to one of these towns this week and rob a bank because there won't be anybody around. Now, I don't recommend that, but there won't be anybody at these schools. And that's what I love about state tournaments in Montana. All right. The boys, Luster Christian, Luster Christian Melstone, Manhattan Christian going for 3 straight. They have 1 senior on the team. Takes on My Winnet Grass Range Rams. Harlowton Reigate Judith Gap will take on Plentywood, and Box Elder faces Harrison. Those are first-round games. All of those, except for the Luster Christian Melstone game, will be on Wednesday. Tomorrow, the State C boys kick off up in Great Falls. Box Elder, Brandon the boy, an assistant coach. Man. And the Class C girls up at Metro Park will start on Thursday. Saco Whitewater Hinsdale, the favorites going in, will take on Roberts. Oh, you want a matchup right out of the chute? High noon, Saturday or Thursday in Great Falls. Saco Whitewater Hinsdale, with what, 2 or 3 girls are going off to college, taking on Roberts. And Taylee Chirrick. Oh my gosh, what a fantastic! You can see now why I wanted to be up there. Twin Bridges and Big Sandy, Melstone Plentywood, Roy Winifred White Sulphur Springs. Oh my gosh. All right, so Roberts has 2 losses on the year. Twin, if they can beat Saco North Country, I think that's what they're called, but it's Saco Whitewater Hinsdale. Don't give me this consolidated name crap. We like to say all the school names. Could get Twin Bridges a chance to get some revenge there, but Twin Bridges has to get past Big Sandy. Now, man, God, you can see why I wanted to do the State C, but I am more than happy to do the State A. More than happy to do State A. Absolutely. No question about that. Frontier Conference, congratulations, Montana Tech men, 3 straight conference titles. Regular season and tournament, and the Providence women knocking off Carroll to win the Frontier Conference tournament. So, congratulations. They announced awards today. Carroll sweeps Player of the Year honors. Andrew Cook, the junior, is the men's Player of the Year. Adam Hyatt, the Coach of the Year. Now, on the women's side, thank God no sharing. I don't know how they would have been able to get through this. Jamie Pickens is your Player of the Year. Rochelle Sayers, Coach of the Year. That's a repeat for both. Pickens shared the honor last year with Brinley Fitzgerald, but not this year. Cook, 20.5 points. Got past 20 points 19 different times this year. Hyatt, who's done a great job in 8 years. I mean, he went from 1 conference win to winning back-to-back. Pickens, 22 double-doubles throughout 29 games this year. 19 points, 11.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 blocks per game. The Carroll women, 5 losses on the year. Did they have the rest of the... Yeah, here's your men's basketball first team. In addition to Cook, Caleb Belich, Tech, Michael Ure, Tech, Asa Williams, Tech, Zach Martinez, Northern, and Davian Harris-Williams, Providence, your first team. Women's first team, in addition to Pickens, Jordan Sweeney from Western, Ashley Maldonado from Providence, Kiana Salavea from Providence, Rocky's Morgan Baird, Gracie Leckvold of Rocky, your all-conference first-teamers. So very cool. Daniel Shepard's got a fantastic write-up about second team, honorable mention, defense, all that stuff. So check it out, 406mtsports.com. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, Guy Almquist will get us set for the AA state tournament. Tough first game for Capital. And of the teams in Helena, boys and girls, Bengals, Helena High, Capital, boys and girls, this might have been the team least suspected to get to the state tournament was the Capital boys. But yet they're the only ones that did it. And we'll talk to the coach about that. That is next. This is a Tuesday. Walk Up, brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, veteran-owned, family-owned, woman-owned, and operated. Montana Custom Log Homes, always at yourcustomlog.com. Coming back to the Off the Wall Mancave with Capital boys coach Guy Almquist next. Jason Walker Show. Well, Coach, we were just talking.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
For more than 20 years, Off the Wall Advertising has built a track record of success helping businesses like yours across the state of Montana. While working with hundreds of businesses, including Jason Walker Media, they have developed a system for success. Off the Wall Advertising utilizes indoor advertising, placing professional billboards in high-traffic locations. Let Off the Wall Advertising show you how to get the return on investment you expect from every advertising dollar. Off the Wall Advertising, along with the Jason Walker Show and Continental Divide Radio, have packages for even more bang for your buck. Contact Off the Wall today at offthewallmt.com to schedule a free consultation. Winters in Montana can be cold and snowy, so let Auto Concepts set up your vehicle with a remote starter system. A remote starter will get your car or truck warmed up on those cold Montana mornings before work or taking the kids to school. Auto Concepts is also the go-to place for everything to enhance your ride, from bumper guards to bed rugs and tonneau covers too. Let Auto Concepts make your commute or drive comfortable. Auto Concepts in Helena, the auto enhancement professionals.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. Who we kidding? We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from the Lundy Center, the Copper Club Casino.
There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
The lights are out and I barely know you. We're going up and the place is slowing down. I knew you'd come around.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Baby, something about you has got me. I was lonely, now you make me feel alive.
Little Veronicas.
Will you be mine tonight?
Not the Bettys, the Veronicas. Take me back to my single days before I moved to Helena. I'd show you some of my dance moves that Got all the girls, but I'd probably hurt myself right now. You can hear that song and much, much more on Continental Divide Radio, the home of the music of your memories. Welcome back, Off the Wall Mancave. Man, I love this. Coming up, we've got an I Told You So. In the next segment. Yeah, you're going to want to hang out for that one. Also on this day in history, the walk-off and much more. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. And back in the Off the Wall Man Cave, we are getting set for state. Starts Thursday up in Missoula, or over in Missoula. It's over in Missoula, up in Great Falls, down in Billings, right? Okay. I'll be down in Butte. Over. Missoula, State AA boys and girls. The nightcap on Thursday is a good one. These teams faced each other in week 2 of the season, way back in December. It was the last game before the Christmas break. And it could be a very different ball game for both teams coming up on Thursday night at Dahlberg. And joining us to talk about that and much more is the coach of the Capital Boys, Guy Almquist, here on the Jason Walker Show. Well, Coach, we were just talking, out of 10 area basketball teams, including the A's and the B's, you're the only coach left standing for me to talk with. I'm not sure many people would have thought that you'd be the last team standing, but here we are. And I knew you guys believed and you believed, but what a great run to get to state.
Yeah, I was super proud of the kids. Our kids this whole year knew what we were capable of. We had played a lot of good basketballs. We talked throughout the year. We just had not been able to finish games. I think in 11 of our 13 losses or whatever, we had led in the fourth quarter. I mean, some crazy stat like that. But I knew we were getting better. I knew our kids were still working hard, and that's what the season's about. It's about continual improvement. Working to get to that spot. So when you get to tournament time, you're playing your best basketball, and I don't think there's any doubt that we certainly did that.
Was there a moment for you in the season when you're like, okay, this is going to happen for us. This is going to turn around and things will work out the way we expect to?
I think strangely enough, probably when we'd been on a little bit of a losing streak. We went to Hellgate. They won at that point probably 10, 11 in a row, just thumping everybody by 20, 30 points. And we went to their gym and had a chance to win at the very end, just competed back and forth with them. They tried to bury us a couple times, and we bowed our necks and didn't let it happen, handled adversity pretty well in that game, which was what we wanted to do better as the season went along. I think coming out of that game and talking to the boys afterwards, we thought, listen, if we can go toe-to-toe with these guys in this gym, we can go toe-to-toe with anybody. And we brought a little bit of belief from that game. And like I said, the kids just continually worked hard, and we worked on in-the-game stuff and getting our confidence. And we still, at the divisional tournament, we didn't shoot the ball very well. We didn't shoot over 40% in any of those games. But what we did do was defend and rebound with great passion and play well in the fourth quarter of all 3 of those games. So we weren't able to finish the semifinal off against Hellgate. Hellgate did a good job. We lost that by just a couple, but kids did a great job, and now we're in the position we're in.
Guy Almquist, the Capital Boys coach here, Jason Walker Show. You said a week ago on this show that you got to get it to Cole Dawes. Well, you definitely did that first game. I mean, he was pretty much unstoppable at divisionals.
We did. No, Cole's he's an advantage for us. And that first game he took care of. He did a great job. I think he's making some threes for us, which is actually helping us stretch the floor too. And then in the last game against Big Sky in the fourth quarter, we talked about if we just pass around and shoot threes, the result will not be what we want. We've got to get it inside, cut hard off him. They were double teaming him. And we did a very good job of starting our offense once the ball went inside. He wasn't the one who necessarily scored it, but he was creating passing angles, cutting angles, and lanes for our other guys to have those opportunities. And we were very specific about getting into him and playing from off of him, and it was very successful.
You open up state 8 o'clock Thursday night, more towards 8:30 Thursday night down or over in Missoula at Dahlberg. This is a team against Billings West you face really early in the year. They're better, but so are you guys. What changes from that game in December to a Thursday night at the state tournament?
Yeah, there'll be significant changes, that's for sure. And they obviously just coming off winning their divisional tournament. They're probably as talented as anybody in the state. They've got a lot of athleticism, a lot of talent. We'll have to play well, but we know that we can compete with them. We watched the film of our last game with them. We're not even close to the team that played in that game. Our confidence level is much higher. We've got a little bit more grit, and I think we've got to understand our identity a little bit more as to what will be successful. And so, two things that stand out against a team like them: we better handle pressure. I think they'll bring more pressure than they did last game, and I think we better hold our own on the glass. And if we do those two things, we'll have a chance to win.
It starts for them with Cooper Tyson. He's averaging about 13 points and 3.5 rebounds. But then, just like the Bruins, very balanced after that. Lots of guys averaging 8, 9, 7 points a game. This is a good matchup for you guys on paper, for me, looking at it.
Well, yeah. I mean, Tyson, there won't be a better athlete in the tournament than him. Certainly when he's playing well, they're a different team. But, yeah, they've got some other nice pieces. Urbacher, their point guard, really does a lot of nice things for them on both ends of the floor. We've got to get a handle on Zimmer, big 6'6", 6'7" kid who hurt us last game, and they do a really good job of getting the ball to him around the rim. And just a lot of great athletes. Play hard. Coach Jared does a good job with them. So it'll be a tough game. But, again, the way we're playing, just as I said, in the divisional tournament, we're not the team that you want to see on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're coming off their big win over Bozeman and, like you said, winning divisionals, but they haven't played you in 3 months. And you guys have, like you said, the confidence, but, a little bit of swagger that I think people aren't seeing that is behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, you ask, well, how does a team with 8 wins have that much confidence? I can tell you we're a perfect example because we know what our record could be if we'd done a few things better early on in the season. But again, this is a group of kids that had 0 varsity experience, and it just took us a long time to kind of get that figured out and get the confidence level. Now we're in this tournament, and we know we don't have any pressure on us whatsoever, and we are just letting it rip, competing at a high level, hope to make a few shots here and there, and if we do, we're going to be very dangerous.
Was it nice last week not having to play the 2 games on Saturday?
I actually, I don't mind playing the 2 games. What my bigger concern of is playing that first game, the one that matters, the most important game in a year. I'm glad we weren't playing it at 9:30.
Right.
I tell you that's the big deal. And then AA, where you just have the 2 conferences or districts, if you will, where you can make a determination who can be the 3rd or 4th seed based on a regular season. I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think at least in the boys bracket, you saw both semifinal losers actually win this year, where they lost last year. I just think that's a significant difference having to play at 11 versus 9:30. So while I think I've been okay playing another game, that game really doesn't matter. They don't get trophies out for it. They don't do anything for it. What matters is that first game getting the state. And I think that change, potentially had a huge positive effect for us.
Well, and you saw it in both the Eastern and the Western AA, just fantastic morning games. And normally you might not get those games because a team's feeling down, that lost in the semis that maybe felt they shouldn't have, and they just kind of go out and go through the motions on Saturday morning. Now, I mean, that was cool to me, and I like that change in the AA.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think that doesn't work for the other classes because they're coming from different districts and so on and so forth. But in AA, it just makes sense to give everyone a good chance to have a good basketball game in the morning. That's the most important game of the year. And in the past, with how it's been set up, you've just been thrown into a 9:30 event. Any coach or player who's had to play in that knows how difficult that is for anybody, but especially difficult for the team that won and got to the semifinals. And we felt like there was teams that were winning their first round game, but losing in the semis were actually punished and it was a positive to lose in the first round if you wanted to get to the consolation game. So we made that change in the boys divisional. It certainly worked out. I thought it was a big difference, and I'm glad it was made.
I saw a post from you. Dylan Almquist is now taller than you.
Yeah, what is up with that? That really snuck up on me. I got to admit, that snuck up on me. I thought, putting him at 6'1" in the program was giving him an inch. And all of a sudden, the other day, they're taking pictures, and everyone's like, he's taller. I said, no, he's not either. I know how tall I am. I know how tall he is. We get back here. We get in front of the mirror. We do all that. He's still taller. So it just kind of snuck up on me and was kind of I've been the tallest in the family for so long. Now all of a sudden, have one of your kids be taller. It shook me for a little bit. I'll be honest.
It sounds like you're gonna choke up talking about it.
No, I'm just trying to get my voice back from a divisional tournament. I won't be able to talk at all another week.
Well, that is true. Before I let you go, it is my favorite part of the day. It is National Cheese Doodle Day today. Fan of the cheese puffs?
Ooh, no, okay. No, not a cheese puff guy. That's people who like that. I literally just can't believe that is a taste they enjoy. Cannot stand cheese puffs. Ugh.
It is also National Multiple Personality Day today. We know a bunch of ladies that have multiple personalities, but I feel coaches have multiple personalities too. Yeah.
Well, there's definitely a difference. Game day guy and every other day guy. That's probably multiple personalities. I think anyone would tell you that. So I think I didn't know that was a day. Of course, there's a day for anything and everything you'd want.
That's right.
But I think many of us, if we're honest with ourselves, can have different personalities from time to time.
What's the best thing about playing in Dahlberg in your hometown?
Yeah, that's awesome. I first time since 2004 for the AA to be there.
I've never long?
Yes, 20 years.
Wow.
And I've never coached in there or played in there. So just for me personally, that'll be kind of a different deal. And I think it's a great venue for it. The seating is right on top of you, which is different for a venue that big. You know what? You got a lot of eating choices, right? When you're trying to feed all these young men throughout a 3-day tournament, it's nice to have a few choices to eat. So, yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be exciting. Looking forward to it.
I didn't realize it had been 20 years since the boys AA, because girls have been there.
I don't know. I mean, they've had A, B, C, but they haven't had AA since 2004. I don't know if the girls have been there either in that time frame.
Crazy. Well, there was a long stretch where Missoula didn't have state tournaments.
Yeah, they didn't. They weren't bidding because at that point, the Big Sky Conference, the number one seed for the basketball was hosting it, so they never wanted to do that. One time, MSU had done that. The Bobcats got the number one seed, and we had to move it to Belgrade.
Right.
But Missoula, there wasn't a venue close enough to have that option, so they just didn't bid for the longest time. But I think it's going to be a great place to watch basketball.
Well, hey, Dougie Peoples made some magic there 2 years ago. Maybe the Bruins can duplicate that.
Yeah, no, I'm all for that. And to make that magic, you got to win game one. So we're looking forward to a great contest against my former teammate in Kelly Dara on Thursday night.
Couple of Saints going at it over in Dahlberg arena. Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck this week, and hopefully we're chatting next Tuesday after a state title.
All right. Appreciate it, Jason.
That is Guy Almquist joining us off the Wall Mancave. Man, that state AA is going to be a lot of fun, and that's a good matchup. And, he said it, too. Nobody wants to play Capital right now, and I think it's true. I mean, they're playing their best. And that's exactly what you want. Is you're a coach, and Guy Almquist has talked about this all year long on the Jason Walker Show. If you want to be successful at the end of the season, you got to be playing your best basketball at the end of the season. And Capital sure as heck is. So good luck to the Bruins. So the four schools in East Helena, right? Boys and girls. 2 in Jefferson, 2 in Townsend, and 2 in East Helena. That makes 10, if my math is right. Only one standing. Jefferson girls, bummer. Man, had a chance. Took on some great teams from the 4B last week. Let's take a break. We'll come back with an I Told You So We've got some unfinished business as far as some honors. We'll get to those on this day in history, the walk-off, and more. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. This is the Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
For more than 20 years, Off the Wall Advertising has built a track record of success helping businesses like yours across the state of Montana. While working with hundreds of businesses, including Jason Walker Media, they have developed a system for success. Off the Wall Advertising utilizes indoor advertising, placing professional billboards in high-traffic locations. Let Off the Wall Advertising show you how to get the return on investment you expect from every advertising dollar. Off the Wall Advertising, along with the Jason Walker Show and Continental Divide Radio, have packages for even more bang for your buck. Contact Off the Wall today at offthewallmt.com to schedule a free consultation.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Winters in Montana can be cold and snowy, so let Auto Concepts set up your vehicle with a remote starter system. A remote starter will get your car or truck warmed up on those cold Montana mornings before work or taking the kids to school. Auto Concepts is also the go-to place for everything to enhance your ride, from bumper guards to bed rugs and tonneau covers too. Let Auto Concepts make your commute or drive comfortable. Auto Concepts in Helena, the auto enhancement professionals.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. We kidding. We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from Molendi Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Together, or would you simply laugh at me and say, I told you so? Oh, I told you so.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
I told you someday.
Oh, little Randy Travis bringing us back. I told you so. So you won't see this in mainstream media because they're a bunch of whiny little crybabies that doesn't fit their agenda. But thank you, Randy. The CDC came out, was it Friday over the weekend? Of course they did, so it wouldn't get as much coverage, and announced that just treat COVID just like the flu. Just treat COVID like the flu, which is literally what people said 4 years ago. Now, I know it took me a few months. I was freaked out at the beginning, right? 4 years ago next week. Then I started doing research, and then I started checking facts, actual facts. Treat it like the flu, okay? It's not... It's an I told you so. It's a big fat I told you so. People were told to stay away from their grandparents. They had loved ones pass away and die in nursing homes or in hospitals alone because you weren't supposed to be around them. If you didn't take the shot, you were a grandma killer. You were told to stay out of vacations. You couldn't hardly go to anywhere, right? You could go to bars, but you couldn't go to gyms. You could go to a volleyball game unmasked, even though you said the whole state had to wear a mask. You were ripped off airplanes. You had children taken out of schools. And I don't know how long it'll take to recover in America for children not being in schools for basically 2 years. We didn't have sports, minor thing. But you were told this is the worst thing in the history of the world. And now, 4 years later, in an election year, I might remind you, just treat it like the flu. It's not that bad. You had to have a vaccine to get on a damn airplane, but whoever in the hell in the world wants to come across the border can without it. Treat it like the flu. No shit. By the way, Super Tuesday today, and Dingleberry Zuckerberg's platforms all went down. A global outage, quote unquote. But Meta, so Facebook, Instagram, Threads, all of it went down. Rumble still worked. X still worked. Was this a preview on Super Tuesday? Was this a preview of what we're going to see in November? And by the way, there's a total solar eclipse coming up, I think April 8th. And the government's like, have your vehicles completely gassed up, have your, food. It's like a nuclear war warning. What's going to happen on April 8th? What are we waiting for? What are we getting set up for? It is Super Tuesday across the country today. Many states voting. Exercise your right. I don't give a crap who you vote for. Just exercise your right to vote. And when November comes, don't write in Mickey Mouse or Winnie the Pooh or any of that crap. Actually use your vote because it matters. All right. Just treat it like the flu. That's from the CDC, people. Tried telling you that 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a week ago. All right. On this day in history, today is National Cheese Doodle Day. We learned Coach Guy Almquist not a fan of the cheese doodles. It is also National Absinthe Day and Multiple Personality Day. Absinthe. I don't think I've ever had it. What was the real absinthe? So it belongs to the vodka, gins, and whiskeys when categorizing it. It's not a liqueur. It's made by infusing wormwood, fennel, anise, and other herbs into alcohol through distillation. It was originally created in the 19th century to cure many illnesses, maybe like the flu. Also known as the Green Fairy, the Green Goddess, or the Green Lady. Popular with artists and writers. It was rumored back in the day to have hallucinogenic effects. And it was banned for a long time, right? So, there you go. On this day, in 1836, Samuel Colt, Patton Arms Manufacturing Company, manufactured its very first pistol, 36 cal, called the Texas Model. Paterson, New Jersey. Isn't Paterson where Tesla did a lot of his stuff? 1864, the first track meet held between Oxford and Cambridge. 1923, Montana and Nevada become the first states to enact old age pension. 1934, Mother-in-Law's Day first celebrated in Amarillo, Texas. 1994, largest milkshake ever made. 1,955 gallons of chocolate used in Nelspruit, South Africa. Okay, some other big events on this date. There was really nothing in sports. The inventor of instant noodles and cup noodles was born on this day in Taiwan. His name is Momofuku Ando. And instead of ramen, it should have been named Fuku's. Momofuku Ando, the inventor of instant noodles. Patsy Cline died on this date, plane crash, 1963. That also the plane crash that killed Hackshaw Hawkins and Lloyd Cowboy Copus. John Belushi overdosed and died in 1982. Murray Head, One Night in Bangkok, born on this date, 1946. That's a great song. Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue, born on this date, 1948. Tina Marie, who passed away, sang Lover Girl. Happy birthday would have been. Andy Gibb would have been celebrating a birthday today. And on this date, 1955, Elvis Presley makes his first TV appearance on a local video broadcast of the popular radio program Louisiana Hayride from Shreveport Municipal Auditorium in Shreveport, Louisiana. That's good stuff. Elvis, the king. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Stop in for the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. Was just in last week. Had another po' boy. I love the catfish. I love the jambalaya. I love the pasta Zydeco. I love it all. That po' boy is so good. And I used to never like coleslaw, but the coleslaw that they make and the coleslaw they put in the po' boy, oh my gosh, so good. Let's see. Congratulations to MSU hockey coach Dale Weaver for the second straight year, named the Coach of the Year. And Providence pitcher, hitter, Maddie Moore, named the Cascade Pitcher and Player of the Week. All she did last week, Providence played down here in East Helena, and all she did last week was have an amazing weekend in a sweep over Corbin. She had 34 strikeouts for the weekend in 15 innings. Is that right? Argos went 3-0 against Corbin, 4-0 technically. They won the non-conference game too. Had 10 hits and 12 at-bats. That's an .833 batting average. Scored 8 runs, had an RBI, drew 4 walks, stole 8 bases, allowed just 2 earned runs in 15 innings, struck out 34, as we mentioned. Oh, and by the way, in the 8-0 win over Corbin, threw a no-hitter. Yeah, a no-hitter. That's pretty good. So, congratulations to Providence softball CMR grad, Maddie Moore. That was a good first show this week. That was fun. Yeah. We're back at it tomorrow in the Off the Wall Mancave. I have no idea who we're going to talk to yet as we get ready for state tournaments. All my regulars lost. I did send Katie Garson 4 by Instagram over the weekend. It was Oreo cookies with Reese's peanut butter cups together. Apparently it's a thing. I need to find these in a store. Oreo cookies with the Reese's peanut butter cup. Yeah, need those. Thanks to Guy Almquist for joining us today. We're going to be busy all week. We're back tomorrow. And then Thursday, Friday, we're a little unsure, but we will have updates all day long from state tournaments from the Civic Center and across the state on Continental Divide Radio. So Just go to jasonwalkershow.com. Just go to jasonwalkermedia.com. Just listen to Continental Divide Radio. Literally all day. It's the music of your memories, and we'll have sports updates. Thursday, Friday, and probably Saturday too. Why the heck not? State tournaments this week. Spring sports start next week, Monday. Let's get through basketball before we get too excited about track and tennis and golf and baseball and softball. We'll be back tomorrow. Off the Wall Mancave. Have a wonderful Tuesday.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker
and remember,
Media
it's
Company.
just the flu.
Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.
Just the flu.